All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to some more Yu-Gi-Oh! My name is Raven from the Sky. Let's duel. All right. So this is based off of the Big Five. This is the final deck that they used when they took over possessed Tristan during the first. I don't think it was the actual. I can't remember if it was the first, second, third, or fourth season, whichever, of the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge series. They used the 5-headed dragon / berserk dragon deck. All right, let's get into it. All right, 3 black metal dragons. Great for getting Red Eyes Wyvern or Darkness Metal to the hand. Or great for powering both of those up. All right, as you saw in the last duel. All right, moving right along. Troop Dragon. I threw those. They didn't use Troop Dragon, but I threw these in here because it's great for like absorbing attacks, and it provides an extra dragon head in there to summon the 5-headed dragon fusion. All right, so 3 of those, 3 Max Dragon, 3 Exploder Dragons, 2 Ash Blossoms. Great for the current meta to kind of negate and kind of throw Monkey Wrenches into people's strategies. Obviously, Ash Blossom went out then, so I keep reiterating that. I know I sound like a broken record at this point for all of my current subscribers and returning viewers, but the reason I put some of these cards that aren't in it, my decks will no longer be based solely off of the anime. They'll be based off of the anime builds, but they won't solely be the anime builds card for card, as it's too difficult and some doesn't really work with the current meta. That was the problem with, if you see my old videos where I would win three duels and lose like 100, and that's not really fun to look at. As someone pointed out a long time ago, it's like, dude, don't even, that's true. It's like, man, what are you doing? So it's best to, I find what's really working for me now is to have the decks, work with, or try at least be somewhat competitive with the current meta. They may not be Zerg, wham, bam, thank you, man, but they can go toe to toe at least. You go down swinging. All right. 2x Dragonoots. All right. 3 Red Eyes Wyvern. Self-explanatory. We're using Darkness Metal. You don't really want to use Darkness Metal without Red Eyes Wyvern. Although you probably can in today's meta, but I like to use Red Eyes Wyvern. I guess call me old school, especially during the 5Ds era. That they were a good pair. 1 Berserk Dragon. You really don't really want to run more than 1 to me. He gets kind of bricky because he can only be summoned one way, which is with a deal with the Dark Ruler. Maybe you might run 2 of that card, but other than that, he's pretty bricky. He loses 500. He has pretty good attack. He loses 500 each of the end phases, but he has a good effect, which he lets him attack each of your opponent's monsters. So if you have him on the field and Red Eyes with Black Metal Dragon powering up Red Eyes, it's pretty devastating. So basically, there are other win conditions and other ways to win other than just relying off of summoning the 5-headed dragon. All right. 2 Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragons, which is, anyway, there's other ways to run a dragon deck. Dragons have straight brute force. They always have. Even in the early stages of Yu-Gi-Oh! In the beginning, dragons have always been like a brute force style type of monsters. Bosses, and even the low level ones with 1800 attack and 2000 attack, they've always been like brute force, other than just effects and spam the field and winning. So with just brute force and with Regeki clearing the field, you can win that way too, rather than just depending on the 5-headed dragon. Because in today's Yu-Gi-Oh, that's not hard to stop. They can destroy Future Fusion, they can banish him. It's not that hard to stop. But okay, we got 1 Regeki, but the premise is if you can get him out early and thwart your opponent's strategy, or you wear them down. You guys have been going at it for past. It's going on like 10 plus. Your opponent's going tit for tat. It's now 15 to 20 turns. You wear them down, and then you summon the 5-headed dragon. They've pretty much exhausted their resources, or most of them, so they can't stop him. And if you've been savoring your resources, And you still have things to protect him. You still have Moon Mirror Shield to protect from other monsters. You still got Exploder Dragon to kamikaze the other card. You know, it's pretty much in the bag, especially if you got him down to like 3,000 or less life points. That dragon is devastating. Even if they have a monster on the field like 2,000 attack, they're gonna lose like 2,000 deep. They're gonna with 5,000 attack, they're gonna lose like 3,000 life points. You know, and they're at 3,500. They're gonna put them down to 500. You got like him on this game. So it's like you wear them down with these big monsters. Dragons have always been that way. 2 Parmerizations, obviously to summon out the big beater, 5-headed dragon, and Chimera. I have Chimera in here to kind of help nuke the field because the opponent may go first and may get started. A lot of people like to get started and lock down the field early, which is understandable. So you summon out, you got a handful of dragons. You can't quite get the 5-headed dragon out yet, but you can get out Chimera with Parmerization in your hand, and you know, with Time Terran Morganite, or Morganite, you know, you can summon twice. So if you can get 2 of them out in the field and you got 2 in your hand, so that's 2 cards you can bounce, or 3 cards you can bounce if you already got a monster out that you can bounce from there. Either you get rid of the back row, you get rid of the monster, one monster with the 2 back row, they're wide open. All right, those cards are now in the graveyard. If you already been wore them down, y'all tip of tat, you got dragons in the graveyard. Guess what? You got Dragon's Mirror. You can summon 5-headed dragon with the Chimera. That's game. I mean, just straight brute force. Monster Reborn 1. All right, 2 Dragon's Mirror, 2 Time Terran Morganite. All right. Now I recommend running 2 or even 3 in this deck. As many as you can, which would be 3. All right, 3 Moon Mirror Shield. You can run 2. I recommend running at least 2. You know, to kind of, you can put them on Troop Dragon, Black Metal. They kind of give you some protection until you can get everything together, summon out the 5-headed dragon and or Chimera, because they're gonna come at you. But this thing, unless they banish it or hit Moon Mirror Shield or some shit, that makes your, this thing is insane. It makes your monster pretty much invincible to attacks. More than likely, they're gonna try to attack you versus effects. But it seemed like it's almost invincible. This is a hated card. 2 Future Fusions, easier way to get out 5-headed dragon other than just relying on Parmerization. They can plop this though, pluck it away off the field, and then you can't do anything. Good thing you won't be discarding 5 to the graveyard, but I run 2. All right, let's say you do. Okay, they get into the graveyard. You get into the graveyard, you summon 5-headed dragon. Guess what? If you have Dragon's Mirror in your hand, you can remove the 5 dragons from the graveyard to summon another 5-headed dragon. So now you have 2 of those on the field. That's insane. I didn't even think about that until I used that a few episodes ago. I was like, wait a minute. So if they get rid of one, you can get the other one out. Or have them out at the same time. Deal with the Dark Ruler. That's in here solely for Berserk Dragon. That's the only summoning condition, the only way you can summon him. Lose 1 turn. I pretty much put that in to hurt the opponent because the current meta is so special summon heavy. But keep in mind, as I sometimes forget this, it's both ways, so it can hurt you too. So meaning, this is gonna come out in defense, all right, and it's gonna negate his effect for that 1 turn. But he has 5,000 defense. Ain't nobody getting over that. All right, for the most part, ain't nobody getting over that. So you should be okay. It just sucks when you try to pluck his cards off his field with Chimera. You're not going to be able to because lose 1 turn. Or if you summon him and you have this on the field, you won't be able to activate it because you control a special summon monster. So keep that in mind. And Soul Levy, I put this in here as well as to kind of put a damper on that special summoning. So every time they special summon a monster, they're going to pay 3 cards. I had one time, one duelist in one build deck out. He was running, I think he was running Heroes. It wasn't this series with the big 5. I think it was another one. I think it was the fudge was it Last Warrior from Another Planet. I can't remember which one it was where I was running these 2. I like this combination. But yeah. And yeah, 2 of those. I said 1. You can only control 1 in the field, so you really don't need to run much more than 2. If you want to just take your chances and run with 1, then you can, because you can only control 1 on the field, because obviously it would be too OP. Imagine if you had to pay 6 cards every time you had special summon. That'd be insane. People would be complaining left and right to the Yu-Gi-Oh board to limit it or ban it. All right. So we got 2 Guardian Chimeras, self-explanatory. This is a very good card. It's used in like a wide range of decks. Pretty much, if it gets summoned, you can summon it different name. 3 or more monsters with different names. If you have 2 monsters on the field, you can destroy 2 back row, or mix up of main and back row, and then you draw a card. So very, very good card. Especially you get out early game when your opponent only has more than likely only 2 or 3 cards out. 1 monster and 2 back row, or 3 back row, 1 monster. You know, for the most part. All right. So 3 5-headed dragons, obviously, the boss of the deck. 1 heretic heavenly seal of spears. I don't really use it much, but it does come in clutch. All right. It can come in clutch. Nightmare Cerberus, Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Unicorn, and 1 5-headed Link Dragon. All right. Let's duel. All right. So there's Black Metal and Max Dragon. I'm probably going to set Black Metal. They run into that. I can get the Red Eyes Darkness Metal to my hand. And I can get special summon that out next turn. Oh boy, he's probably playing Blue Eyes. We gotta act fast. Yep. Dragon deck versus your dragon deck. Is he waiting for? Yeah, I'm gonna set this first. Hopefully he runs into that. Then we can get, what's the name, to our hand. A boss card. I'll be able to summon it next turn. I don't know if we're going to be facing down Blue Eyes or what. I gotta see what's good. So we got to get that 5-headed dragon out quick. Because Blue Eyes will overwhelm you quick. Maybe not. Cyber Dragon. That's even worse. Here comes Cyber Dragon. Machine Duplication. Special summon up 2 monsters from your deck with the same name as that face up. Shoot, man. Mm-hmm. Comes a fusion. I had to summon Exploder Dragon. Kamikaze it. But that's gonna leave me wide open. Where's Ash Blossom when you need it? Everybody else seems to have it first turn but me. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Fusion was, I guess not. Shoot. Hit one of them so that he can't like siege or something like. Oh, even better. I could pluck one of them. Oh, it has to be on the one field. Yeah, that's right. Else I wouldn't be able to use the effect. Can't even use it. Of course, I draw 2 lose 1 turns. About to knock that down to 1. It's probably better choices to run than lose 1 turn. That's just what I choose to run. Because see, it's I can't even use it because I special summon Chimera, and I had to special summon Chimera. Probably should have hit. I was starting to hit him too. I knew it. I should have hit this guy. But then again, his name is. So he still would have been able to use that for like a special summon or something. That's the only thing. Okay, he got another one. God darn it. Oh boy, man. Lightning Storm. Power Bond. Oh God. That's your worst nightmare when facing. You do not want to see that when facing a machine deck, period. Not just Cyber Dragon. Wow. Yeah, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. My name is Raven from the Sky. If you enjoyed the episode, drop a like and subscribe to the channel to see us grow. Take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace out.